We're all swimming against a tide of content. Video and podcast publishing has exploded. If we're in front of a crowd or behind the mic or the lens, we have to lift our game if we want to get any attention. Differentiate or die is the mantra. How's that coming along? Welcome back to year 4 of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which we release every Monday. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, and best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. Now, we are bringing the show to you from our studio in the High Performance Center here in Akasaka, in Minato-ku, the very business center of Tokyo. So why the cutting edge? We are looking at giving you a big edge in business in Japan. Let's all be at the forefront. Let's be at the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. This is episode number 169. And we're going to talk about more presenting Pizazz, please. Soridewa ikimashou. So let's get going. Pizazz is one of those unusual words. It sounds kind of cool, but it's a bit vague. In presenting terms, we are really looking at being more interesting and engaging, and doing that in a sparky, non-anticipatory way. Droning on when presenting is pretty strong norm for many people. They talk at us, not with us. They are lifeless and low energy. They may be fine for having a cup of tea with your friends, but if you want to present, then you have to switch it up. A workman-like by-the-numbers presentation is fundamentally boring. A recent presenter did a painting-by-numbers job with his effort. The talk had completed the exercise in the allotted time. He'd spoken about a number of key points, but the delivery was wooden. The voice tone was flat. The whole thing was lifeless, a shambles, really. The snapper, though, is that the speaker represents his organization to the world at large, and he did a poor job when up on the podium. When you are in a high-profile role, like being the CEO, then you simply have to perform. Never forget, we judge your whole organization on you. If you're mediocre, we assume everybody is the same. We don't say, wow, that guy or gal was the exception. The rest of the crew are all dynamite. Nope. We say they are all duds down there. So, engaging your audience is a requirement. This is easy to say, but not so easy to do. Energy is a key component of the process. Somehow, we all know that enthusiasm is contagious, but miraculously manage to forget this when we start speaking in front of groups. The low energy insult became a trademark of President Trump when disparaging his political opponents like Jeb Bush. It is cutting because it implies you don't have what it takes to be a leader. Whether you agree with Trump or not, the point is valid. If the leader is low energy, we somehow doubt they can do the job properly. We don't get to meet that many CEOs or politicians in person, so we draw our conclusions from seeing them on television, in videos, or at public presentations. Remember, we are all on show when presenting. The podium is one area of difficulty, but with the prevalence of YouTube videos and business social media, presenters are starting to really branch out. This was brought back to me not so long ago when I saw a video on LinkedIn of someone I know, and the delivery was fundamentally funereal. The whole atmosphere was dark, bleak, lifeless. This guy's a smart guy, and if we read the transcript, we would think what he had to say was valuable. The voice, however, was a monotone funereal. The energy was totally insignificant, and the whole exercise was absolutely dreary, not at all motivational. Find out more when we come back from the break. If you want to become a fully competent and confident presenter, then do the High Impact Presentations course. We are all being judged when we speak, be it in the internal team meeting or in a public environment, be it the big bosses, clients, or an industry audience. Everyone is evaluating us. Don't blow it. Get the best training on the planet. Do the High Impact Presentations course now in either Japanese or English. Are you doing business with Japan? Do you really know how things work? Japan Business Mastery provides the answers. Do you have the right networks and know how to create them? Do you know how to get on the same wavelength with Japanese buyers? Do you know what being trustworthy looks like from the Japanese perspective? Japan Business Mastery is based on more than 30 years' experience in Japan and will become your go-to guide. Want to succeed in Japan? Buy Japan Business Mastery now. Welcome back. Sadly, the message, while actually pretty good, was just destroyed, totally killed by his poor delivery. Now, if you're going to put yourself out there, especially in the crowded, rough and tumble byways of the YouTube video world and broadcast social media, then you have to step it up. There are so many windows to the world now, and everyone can see us. Once upon a time, you could be fairly hapless, and only a few poor souls would know. Not anymore. This is where the Pizazz idea comes in. If you want your message to cut through the white noise of a squillion other presenters, then you need to have an attitude that says, I want to stand out and be heard. Casey Neistat did that with video blogging. There were plenty of other established video bloggers out there, but he brought a movie-style approach to his vlogging. He would set the camera up so that it recorded him, say, entering the room, for example. A simple but very effective film idea. All the other bloggers were one-dimensional. They were pointing the camera at themselves as they held it at arm's length. He made a small change that set him apart. He brought some movie-making style pizzazz to the exercise, and the rest of us are happy he did that. Now, it is much more interesting for us, the viewer. Gary Vaynerchuk did that with his Daily V vlog. He combined reality television style presentation with motivation and information. Nobody had done that before. He created some pizzazz and is getting close to 3 million subscribers for his show. He gets a lot of work speaking, sells his books, and gets business for his digital agency off the back of his notoriety. All he did was make a small innovation in a crowded space so he could stand out, and he has been incredibly successful doing that. This then has to be the mantra. Set yourself apart when presenting. If you want to move into video, then you really need to compete. This is not just you presenting while being recorded. Yes, you can do that. But if you're going to blast yourself around the world via video on social media, then add pizzazz to the mix and make it interesting. Be that little bit unexpected. Have something that differentiates you from the pack. You don't have to be handsome, beautiful, deep bass DJ voice, or tall. You just have to be interesting, engaging, and relevant. Yes, use voice modulation, tell stories, speak with, not to the audience, and bring your full energy to the task. Okay, let's all go back to the drawing board. Let's stop doing what we've always done and think about how we could add some pizzazz to our presentations and start experimenting to find what works best for each of us. Please subscribe to the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show on YouTube. Share with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Our website details are on screen now, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. It's awesome value, so check it out. You might also enjoy our other shows for podcasts. Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesday for the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday for the Business Tatsujin no Oshie show. Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series. Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series, and every second Thursday for the Business Pro Podcasto. Fridays we have the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays we have Japan's top business interviews. Now these are all available on the provider, wherever you get your podcast, they'll be there. Also, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Every Friday, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And every Saturday, we put up Japan's top business interviews. These are all on YouTube every week. Now, in episode number 170, we are talking about standing for your beliefs. So, yoroshiku, onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you. We've only got one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.